Hello everyone. So we are studying the chapter 4. The name of the chapter is Working with Lists and Dictionaries. Okay. First we are studying some concepts about the list. So let us see the concatenation operator. Okay. Let us see the concatenation. What is the concatenation in case of a list? Concatenation. So in case of strings, we have seen that the plus operator works as a concatenation operator. Okay. So suppose we have two strings like hello and another string as world. So basically our output would be hello and world. Hello world. So this will be our output hello world. Okay. Yeah. So basically if we are using a plus operator and both the operands are a string, then both the strings basically concatenate to each other one after the another. Okay. So if we use a plus operator and there are two operands and both the operands are strings, so basically the plus operator works as a concatenation operator. The plus operator works as a concatenation operator and both the strings are basically concatenated one after the another. And this is how a plus operator works in case of both the operands are strings. And similarly, if both the operands are list, then also it serves as a concatenation operator. Suppose we have a list like 1 comma 2 and then we use a plus operator 3 comma 4, then again our output would be 1 2 3 and 4. That is, both the list will be concatenated one after the another if we use a plus operator in between them. So if we use a plus operator and both the operands are list, basically both the lists are concatenated to each other one after the another. So basically if there we use any other sequence, or if we use a tuple also 1 comma 2 and then if we use 3 comma 4, both the operand should be of same type, then also the result will be 1 2 3 and 4. Okay. So basically in case of any sequence we have studied, like whether the sequence is a string or whether the sequence is a list or whether the sequence is a tuple. In case of any these sequences, the plus operator works as a concatenation operator. Okay. So basically this thing we have already studied. If you remember, we have already studied these things. Okay. So basically it is just a revision of what we have covered earlier. Yeah. So note it down, or basically I assume that you are writing with me. Okay. So don't make me wait for you to note down. Just write with me. Sit with a pen and paper and just write with me. So this is how a plus operator works. Okay. Yeah. So the important point to note here is that all the three outputs are basically stored in a different variable. Okay. No original data or the no original variable is changed. Okay. No original operand is changed and न्यू वेरिएबल इज क्रिएटेड और अ न्यू प्लेस इज क्रिएटेड. ठीक है. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि ये हेलो अब चेंज हो जाएगा और हेलो वर्ल्ड बन जाएगा. ठीक है. ये दो अलग रहेंगे, ये अलग से नया बनेगा. ठीक है. और सो टेक एन एग्जांपल. सपोज आई टेक एन एग्जांपल x इज इक्वल टू 1 plus 2 1 comma 2 and take a variable y is equal to 3 comma 4 And if I suppose do like this, print x plus y, then basically the output would be 1 2 3 4. But yeah, still the value of x will be 1 comma 2 and the value of y will be 3 comma 4. Still the values of x and y will not be changed. This x plus y will be stored in a separate place inside the memory. This x plus y means this list basically stored in a new place into the memory, inside the memory. These original x and y are not basically changed. These original x and y are not changed. A new place inside memory, a new place is created and on that place this is stored. ठीक है, तो मैं ये कहना ये चाह रहा हूं कि अगर x एक वेरिएबल है उसमें एक लिस्ट है 1 2 और y एक वेरिएबल है जिसमें लिस्ट है 3 4 और अगर इन दोनों को हम ऐड करते हैं तो x प्लस y जो बनेगा वो बनेगा 1 2 3 4 और ये जो है एक मेमोरी में एक अलग जगह स्टोर होगा. x और y में कोई चेंज नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, ना तो x चेंज होगा ना y चेंज होगा. ये जो है मेमोरी में एक नई जगह स्टोर होगा. ठीक है, तो ओरिजिनल जो है बेसिकली वो चेंज नहीं होता है. ठीक है, so basically this was all about the concatenation operator. Now let us see the repetition operation. So basically this is the same thing we have studied earlier. Repetition. So repetition occurs when one of the operand is an integer. So repetition occurs when one of the operand is an integer and another operand is either a string or a list or a tuple. And so one of the operand should be string, list or tuple and the second operand should be an integer, and in that case the repetition occurs. So let us see an example. So in all the cases, the second operand, suppose I take as an integer and then I use a multiplication operator here, and then suppose I use 3 here, and here also I use 3 here, and here also I use 3 here. So the answer will be here basically the original, or basically this string will be repeated 3 times. Okay, so this string will be repeated 3 times. So the output will be hello, hello and hello. Hello, hello and hello. Okay, so this will be our output, and in this case also this original list will be repeated 3 times, or basically will be concatenated to itself 3 times, or you can say basically repeated 3 times. So 1 comma 2 and then 1 comma 2 and then 1 comma 2, and in that case also the output will be 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 and then 1 comma and 2. Yeah. So basically the multiplication operator is basically used for the repetition operation and the plus operator is basically used for the concatenation operation. Okay, one of the operand should be, in case of repetition operation, one of the operand should be an integer and the another operand should be either a string or a list or a tuple, or you can say or a range function also. Okay, so any sequence, a range function also. Okay, so any sequence will work basically as a repetition operations. Okay, so here you can see, and in that case also basically this will be stored as a new place in memory. So basically this output will be stored in a new space in memory, new place in memory, or you can say new space in memory. No original string or no original list or tuple will be changed. Okay, a new string will be created inside a new place into the memory. So basically if I take x equal to this, y equal to I take 3, so the output will be x multiplied by y, or you can say y multiplied by x, both are the same thing. Okay, if I do hello multiplied by 3, or I can say 3 multiplied by hello, both are same thing. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether 3 is the second operand or 3 is the first operand. Okay, it doesn't matter, order doesn't matter. We can also write 3 multiplied by hello, this is the same thing. Okay, So in that case, if I write print x multiplied by y, or I can write y multiplied by x, both are the same thing, and the output will be 1 2 and 1 2 and 1 2 three times. Okay, so the output here will come out to be 1 2 1 2 and 1 2 three times. Okay, so basically the original list will be repeated three times. Okay, so this will be the output. Doesn't matter whether you use x multiplied by y or you use y multiplied by x, order doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. And this, no x will be changed, y will not, the value of x will not be changed, the value of y will not be changed. Basically a new space will be created inside the memory, and in that space this will be stored. Okay, or you can see like this, that x will be like this. This is my x, that is 1 comma 2, and this is my y, which will be 3, and somewhere in the memory I will have list like this: 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, and then 1 comma 2, and this is my memory. Okay, memory means random access memory for now. Okay, so basically inside memory one variable is 1 comma 2, that is a list, another variable is 3, a number, and the third, there is no variable name, but yeah, there will be a space inside memory, and in that space 1 2 1 2 1 2 will be stored. So basically the idea is original variables are not changed, and new space is created, and inside that space the new item, the result, will be stored. Okay, so this is all about the concatenation operation and the repetition operations over any sequence. Okay, over any sequence, whether it is a string or whether it's a list or a tuple or a range. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, now let us move on to the membership operator. Okay, so what are the membership operators? You just let me know the answers. I want answers from you. What are the membership operators? Reply quickly. What are the membership operators? We have studied these membership operators already. Let me know the answers. Membership operators. No idea? You have disappointed me this time. I am disappointed that there is no answer from you. ठीक है, मैं इतनी मेहनत कर रहा हूँ आपके साथ, लेकिन अगर आप रिवाइज नहीं करोगे, आप नहीं पढ़ोगे, तो फिर मेरे लिए कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं रहेगा कि मैं आपको कितने अच्छे से मेहनत करके कराऊँ. ठीक है, फिर मेरे लिए भी कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं रहेगा, फिर मैं भी यहाँ पर आऊँगा और फटाफट से करा दूंगा. ठीक है ना, मैं कोई इंटरेस्ट लूंगा अगर आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं ले रहे तो. ठीक है, फिर ऐसे ही चलेगा जैसे पहले से चलता आ रहा है. नहीं, ये सब मेंबरशिप ऑपरेटर नहीं होते हैं. ठीक है, ये सीक्वेंसेस होते हैं. ठीक है, स्ट्रिंग लिस्ट टपल ये सीक्वेंस बोलते हैं इनको. ठीक है, दीज आर सीक्वेंसेस, दीज आर नॉट मेंबरशिप ऑपरेटर्स. ठीक है, तो अगर आप नहीं पढ़ोगे, नहीं रिवाइज करोगे, तो मेरे लिए भी कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं रहेगा, और फिर मैं भी जो है बिल्कुल ऐसे ही कराऊंगा कि जैसे कोई मोटिवेशन नहीं है. ठीक है, आ जाते हैं क्लास में, कुछ भी बोल जाते हैं, चले जाते हैं. ठीक है, आप ऐसा ही चाहते हो तो ऐसा हो जाएगा. अगर आप कंटिन्यू रहोगे, नहीं पढ़ोगे, तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये चीज हो जाएगी. ठीक है, आपको भी मोटिवेशन रखना पड़ेगा, पढ़ना पड़ेगा, तभी चीजें होंगी. ठीक है, ये मेंबरशिप ऑपरेटर्स हम देख चुके हैं और खूब सारे एग्जांपल्स भी कर चुके हैं इस पर. ठीक है, चलो ये बताओ कि इस ऑपरेटर को क्या बोलते हैं, इस ऑपरेटर को क्या बोलते हैं, इसको क्या बोलते हैं, और ये जो है ऑपरेटर इसको क्या बोलते हैं. इन ऑपरेटर्स के नाम बताओ, क्या क्या ऑपरेटर्स हैं ये. लेट मी नो द आंसर्स क्विकली. व्हाट आर द नेम ऑफ दीज ऑपरेटर्स? तीन स्टूडेंट हो गए, पहले कभी 10 स्टूडेंट आया करते थे, अब 3 स्टूडेंट रह गए क्लास में ना, फिर क्या मतलब है पढ़ाने का. और जो 3 है वो भी नहीं पढ़ रहे. बताओ, ये ऑपरेटर्स बेसिक ऑपरेटर्स है ना पाइथन के, हमने पहले 3rd चैप्टर में शुरू में यही सब आते हैं. ठीक है, ये हम कर चुके हैं. नाम बताओ इनके फटाफट. ये कौन सा है? ये डिवीजन ऑपरेटर है. और क्या आंसर है? मीनल, अमित और कौन है यहाँ पे? पढ़ लो यार, ये तो बहुत ही बेसिक है ना, ये तो पता होना ही चाहिए था। ये तो अभी जस्ट थर्ड चैप्टर में जब पूरी प्रोग्रामिंग करके हम दोबारा से मैं जब आपको चैप्टर की रीडिंग लगवा रहा हूँ तब भी मैंने ये बताया है ना? ये तो होना ही चाहिए था आपको पता, ठीक है। इस ऑपरेटर को बोलते हैं मॉड्यूलस ऑपरेटर, और ये होता है आपका फ्लोर डिवीजन। और इसको बोलते हैं आपका एक्सपोनेंट ऑपरेटर। ठीक है, अब बताओ चलो इसका आंसर क्या आएगा अगर मैंने ये करा 5 स्टार स्टार 3, आउटपुट क्या आएगा बताओ? इसकी वैल्यू क्या आएगी? व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस एक्सप्रेशन 5 डबल स्टार 3? और यू कैन से 5 एक्सपोनेंट 3। व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस एक्सप्रेशन? इस एक्सप्रेशन की क्या वैल्यू है बताओ? अमित, देवांश, मीनल। मीनल तो पढ़ाई करती है, अच्छी बच्ची है मीनल तो। मीनल भी कुछ नहीं बता रही आज। हाँ चलो, आंसर तो सही आया, 125 है आंसर। ठीक है, आंसर कैसे निकलता है? 5 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 5 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 5, ये आ जाता है 25 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 5, और ये है आपका 125 इज योर आंसर। ठीक है, चलो, है ना? 15 आंसर नहीं आएगा, 125 आएगा आंसर। ठीक है, ये होता है आपका एक्सपोनेंट ऑपरेटर। अब देखो, so what are the membership operators? So membership operators are in and not in operators. ठीक है, in and not in, these two are membership operators. So basically these operators are used to check whether an element is a member of a sequence or not. I am again repeating, these two operators are basically used to check whether an element is a member of a sequence or not. Okay, so let us see. Suppose if I write print 7 in 9, 8, 7 or 6, 7 in 9, 8, 7, 6, and then what is the output? So basically this is checking. So this statement is basically, and you can just remember this, the output, whenever we use a in and not in operator, basically the output will be a boolean. So the output will be either true or false. Okay, because this is a statement 7 in 9876, so we have to check. So basically we are checking here, क्या जो 7 है वो 9876 में है, whether the 7 is in 9876. Yes, 7 is in 9876, so the output will be true here. So our statement is basically true. So the output of a membership operator is either true or false. So suppose in case I use here 4, suppose in case I use here 4, and then in that case what will be the output? Whether 4 in 9876, क्या 4 जो है वो 9876 में है? No, 4 is not in 9876. So basically this statement is false. So the output here will be false. Okay, so Just like we have an in operator, we have a not in operator, and the not in operator works opposite to the in operator, and the not in operator works opposite to the in operator. If the outcome of an in operator is true, the outcome of a not in operator will come out to be false, and if the output of an in operator is false, the output of a not in operator will be true. So basically, if I use here for not in, for not in 9876. So whether what I am checking here, I am checking here whether 4 is present in 9876. Whether 4 is present in 9876. So basically what I am saying is wrong. Yeah, basically what I am saying is true. Because 4 is not in 9876. जो मैं कह रहा हूँ वो सही है, क्योंकि जो 4 है वो 9876 में नहीं है, तो जो आंसर आएगा वो क्या आएगा आपका? ट्रू आएगा. So the answer here will be true. And in case, suppose if I use 7 here, 7 not in 9876, so what I am saying is that कि 7 जो है वो 9876 में नहीं है, मैं ऐसा कह रहा हूँ, but that is wrong because 7 is present in 9876, so the answer will here false. Okay, so always use capital F and capital T, capital F. Okay, otherwise you will have some marks subtracted. ठीक है, कुछ मार्क्स आप यहाँ पर सब्ट्रैक्ट करवा लोगे, अपने लूज करवा लोगे अगर कैपिटल एफ और कैपिटल टी नहीं लिखोगे तो. So basically these are membership operators, and these membership operators are mostly used in the if statements. Okay, these membership operators are mostly used in the if statements, just like this. If you can say that 7 in, or you are not required to use parenthesis here, you just use if 7 in or x, and here I can use a variable x like this, x is equal to 9876, x is equal to 9, 8, 7 and 6, and here I am checking if 7 in x, then print yes, then print yes, and if it is not, that means else, then print no. Okay, so if I run this program, then what will be the output? Because x is a variable and the value of that variable is a list, and the list contains 9876, these 4 elements, and here I am checking if 7 in x. So what I am saying is that 7 is in x. ठीक है, 7 जो है वो x में, yes, true. So basically the output of this expression is basically true. Output of this expression is true. Yeah, so basically yes will be printed here. Okay, yes will be printed here. And suppose instead of 7, if I use 4 here, if I use 4 here, then output of this expression will become false. And if this condition is false, if this condition is false, that means I will come out to the else statement, and the else block will be executed, and my answer will be no. Because there is no condition here, so I need not to check any condition, and because this condition is false, so definitely I will go into this block, and the no will be printed here. Okay? So basically this is how a in operator and a not in operator works. Basically these are membership operators, and they are used to check. Okay, so instead of a list, basically instead of a list, I can also use a string. I can also use a string like hello world. I can also use a tuple here. So basically instead of a list, I can use any other sequence. I can use a string, I can use a tuple, I can use a list, I can use a range. So any other thing I can use, any sequence I can use here. Basically the in and not in operator, these are membership operators, and they are used to check whether an element is a member of any sequence or not. Okay? Yeah, so now let us move to another concept, and which is a new concept which we have not studied earlier. Yeah. So basically now we have a new concept which we have not studied earlier, and that concept is known as slicing. Okay. So what is slicing? Slicing. So slicing is mostly used over a list. ठीक है? Slicing is mostly used over a list. You can use slicing over a string also, or a tuple also. You can use that. Okay. But basically we will use slicing over a list here. So slicing is, again, we can use over any other sequence. But yeah, let us see an example of a list. That what is a slicing basically? Slicing is basically you are given a sequence and you have to cut a slice from a string, or you have to cut a slice from a sequence. Suppose a sequence is given and that sequence is a list. Suppose we have a list 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 5. Okay, suppose this is a list. Now we have to cut a slice from it. So that slice might be like this. That slice might be 9. That slice might be 3, 5. And that slice might be 8, 7, 6. So basically you have to cut a part. You have to cut a part from a sequence and then you have to extract that part, and this is basically known as slicing. So what is slicing? Slicing is that you are given a sequence and then you have to cut and extract a part from it. So slicing is, again I am repeating, you are given a sequence and you are required to cut and extract a part from a sequence, and this is known as slicing. Okay, now let us see how a slicing works. So suppose you are given any sequence and then let us see some examples of a slicing, that how slicing works and how we can cut and extract a part from a string or a sequence, any sequence. So take an example of a list. Okay, so take an example of a list. So suppose we have a list. So how does a slicing work? Basically slicing works in the same way a range function works. In slicing also we have three arguments. Just in case of a range function we have three arguments. The first one is start, second one is stop, and the third one is step. So similarly to that we have three arguments in slicing: start, stop, and step. So start is the one from where we have to start, stop is the one till that we have to go, and step is the one, the number of steps we should take. Okay, basically the steps we should take. So let us see an example. So how does a slicing? Basically slicing is used like this. So we use a square brackets, and inside the square brackets we use two parentheses. Inside a square bracket we use two parentheses, sorry. Inside a square bracket we use two colons. Okay. So basically for a slicing we use a square bracket. Here is a square bracket, and inside the square bracket we use two colons. Okay. So basically now we can put three arguments in it. First argument is here, second argument is here, and the third argument is here. So first argument is before the first column, second argument is in between the two columns, and the third argument is after the second column. So here the first argument will come and that is known as start. Here the second argument will come, that is known as stop, and here the third argument will come, that is known as step. So just like a range function. In range function basically we use like this range. So range function is used like this range, and then we use parentheses, then start, then stop, and then we have step. So similarly to that we have a slicing, but it looks like this. Okay, we basically use square brackets, and inside square brackets we use two columns and we use three arguments in between them. Okay, start, stop, and step. The arguments are same, start, stop, and step, and the argument works in the similar manner. The argument works in the similar manner just like in case of range function. Yeah, but one difference is that in the range function the values cannot be negative. In the range function the value cannot be decimal. Okay, so just leave that. Let us see an example. Yeah, so basically how do you use slicing? How do we use slicing? So suppose we have a list like 9, 8, or 765. Suppose we have a list and then we can use x is equal to this. This is a list. Okay. And over to that list we can use slicing like this. So we can take another variable y is equal to x, and here we can use a slicing like this. So slicing, and here we can use two colons, and here it is our bracket, and then we can print the value of y. Okay, and here the output will be coming. So the first argument, the start value. So basically the start, stop and steps, basically the start and stop are basically the index values. Okay, so index value here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are the index values 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So for a start we can use any of the index value, and for a stop we can use any of the index value, and for a step we can use the number of steps we can take, 1 or 2 or 3. So suppose if I take here 1 and the value of step I take, or the stop value I take here 4, and suppose step I take 1, then what will be the output? Okay, so see here, or okay, basically I write here. Okay, so 9, 8, 7, 6 and 5. Okay, this is our list. Okay, and this is our 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, yeah. So now basically the start value is 1 and the stop value is 4. So basically just like a range function, we go up to the -1. So 4 minus 1, we go up to the 3. So basically we go up to the stop -1, not up to the stop. So in this case also we start from 1 and we move up to stop -1, that is 3. So we start from 1 and we will move up to 3, because step is 1, so we are taking only one step. So start from 1, take one step and move up to the 3. So basically start from 1, move up to 3 and take steps as 1. सो 1 से स्टार्ट करो 3 तक चलो, एक एक स्टेप लेते हुए चलो. 1 से स्टार्ट करा, एक स्टेप लिया, फिर एक स्टेप लिया, बस यहीं तक ही हमको चलना था 1 2 3. तो व्हाट विल बी द आउटपुट? आवर आउटपुट विल बी 8 7 एंड 6. This will be our output. Okay, clear? Got it? Yes or no? आया समझ में? चलो ठीक है. So basically this is how it works. And suppose the value of step is 2, then what will be the output? Suppose the value of step is 2, then what will be the output? Basically now we have to take 2 steps. Okay, start from 1, the last value, the last index is 3, the first index is 1, the last index is 3, and take 2 steps. तो 1 से 2 स्टेप लिए, 3 पर आ गए, लास्ट पर आ गए. सो द आउटपुट विल बी 8, 6. So the output will be 8, and 6. This will be our output. Okay, clear? Yeah. So now let us see. Try to solve one example. Suppose if I write here like this. Okay. So suppose if I write here 0, or your 4, and then here step is 3. So what will be the output? Let me know the answer quickly. Let me know the answer. कहां से स्टार्ट करना है बताओ? 0 से स्टार्ट करना है, कहां तक चलना है? 4 माइनस 1 3 तक है ना। तो कहां से स्टार्ट करना है, 0 से स्टार्ट करना है और 3 तक चलना है, ठीक है। स्टेप्स कितनी लेनी है, 3 स्टेप्स लेनी है, ठीक है। तो 0 से स्टार्ट करना है, ये 0 है, यहां से स्टार्ट करना है, 3 स्टेप लेनी है, ये 1 है ये नहीं लेना, ये 2 है ये नहीं लेना, यहां तो ये बेसिकली यहां पे चलना है हमको, और फिर उसके बाद 3 तो बाहर ही चले जाएंगे। तो हमारा आंसर क्या आएगा, 9 और 6, ठीक है। आगे समझ में, ठीक है। तो हमारा आंसर आ जाएगा आपका 9 और 6, ठीक है। ये आपका लिस्ट आ जाएगी। आया समझ में? यस और नो? नहीं आया? देखो, 0 क्या है, आपकी स्टार्ट इंडेक्स है ना, हाँ 0 क्या है आपका स्टार्ट इंडेक्स है, ठीक है। और 4 क्या है आपका लास्ट वाला इंडेक्स है। लेकिन हम जो 4 है वो इंक्लूड नहीं करते, उसमें -1 कर देते हैं, है ना। तो हम क्या करेंगे, 0 में 4 में से एक सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे, तो ये आ जाएगा आपका 0 और 3, ठीक है। 4 वाला कभी भी इंक्लूड नहीं करते, जो स्टॉप की जो वैल्यू होती है वो बेसिकली हम इंक्लूड नहीं करते, उससे पहले वाले इंक्लूड करते हैं, ठीक है। तो 4 में से एक गया तो 3, अब स्टेप कितने हैं, 3 है ना। तो 0 से 3 स्टेप ले, 1 2 और 3, तो ना तीसरे स्टेप पर है ना। अब आप ये देखो कि आप उछल उछल